The link Bridon chapter, or Yingdu is going to take place in a new country and even in a place that is not from this world. But at the time this video was released, the Bridon arc episodes weren't available yet. So the most that us link fans can do at present is just to theorize and to speculate about what and where these places could be. It's the same with when the events in Bridon arc had happened and which of the timelines it might cover. I'll share to you guys the theories I've come up with in relation to the Bridon arc story setting. I don't think I'm the only one who have thought of them, and I won't be surprised if others think otherwise. But what I fear is that the real thing will be worse than the theories. Anyway, if you don't mind potential spoilers and are interested to know about ideas that may torment you later, then without further ado, let the pain start. We'll begin the theory talk with the places which the Bridon chapter promo videos have shown. There are various locations featured, but in a nutshell, I think the Bridon arc will be set in 3 main locations. Location number 1 is, of course, set in Bridon. Bridon will definitely be the main setting for this arc since, well, it's in the title. Location number 2 is in mainland China, where the flashbacks of their school days will take place, and of course, the original setting of the Link series. This scene with Tseng Xiaoshi and Xiaoling in the trailer is definitely at the Time Photo Studio. Then this phone reminding about the flight should be outside Bridon too. Then, location number 3 is whatever this place is called. It seems to be some supernatural space related to time travel. The giant clockwork might be related to the movement of time itself. Then those red stuff are most likely references to the red thread of fate. If this scene of Lukwang underwater didn't take place in a literal river, then I think this place is something like that too. Time flows like water, with the howling tides on a vortex and stuff. It's a little strange that the name Bridon is literally written in this surreal space though. My guess is that Bridon is like the center or origin of all time-related supernatural phenomenon in the Link universe. Possibly as a reference to the novel entitled The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. I haven't read the novel yet. I think I saw a movie of it, but that was a really long time ago. But after a quick research, I got confirmation that its main setting is in London. Its main character's home is even by the Thames River, and that's probably the reference of this scene. Now, about the place named Bridon, it's also known as Yingdu or Yingtou, and some people call it as London. Thanks to the help of some viewers, it has been clarified that the Chinese characters of the word Bridon literally mean England's capital, which is, well, technically the same as London of the real world. The promo visuals are even making some references of London tourist spots. But I think Bridon is most likely just referencing to fictional London, not exactly the London of the real world. Well, if they wanted to refer to London, they could have just used the name London instead of bothering to rename it as Bridon, right? So I assume the Bridon name is like a combination of Britain and London, but only exists in the Link world. I think most scenes in the Bridon chapter promo videos are located in Bridon, including this airport clip. The biggest clue is this ad. All the text here are written in pure English, and there's another ad at the airport that says Bridon Fashion. Speaking of Bridon Fashion, there's a magazine of it with Xiafei on the cover on this Bridon arc promo image. But there's another Bridon Fashion magazine over here, but it showed a toy which appears to be in British soldier uniform. So maybe its background is a tourist spot that has changing of guards. After a quick research, I found only one place in London that has something like that, and it's the Buckingham Palace. Maybe the Bridon chapter will feature that place, or something like it. Also, there's a photo of a red telephone booth over here, which is something iconic in London, right? And I think this one is the Big Ben, or maybe it's also this one. And then I think this room and the one where Liu Xiao is on this scene are inside the building shown here, which is the same as on this photo. It's hard to tell what this could be referring to, though. I mean, to which tourist spot in the real world it may be referenced to. Or maybe that's just a fictional building that referenced on a combination of London tourist spots. But about this street, some fans were able to find a very similar location in Google Maps. Of course, I have no idea where exactly this place is, but it's pretty cool how realistic this street actually is. About the bridge, I don't know. I mean, I can't see the difference between the different London bridges, so yeah, they're all London bridges to me. Maybe viewers from London can help on this. Now, about the other locations shown in Bridon Art teaser, I don't understand why they included this animation studio. Probably the Linklick studio just felt like showing an animated version of their workplace, or perhaps the protagonists will drop by on this place somehow. Then Director Lee will make a cameo. He has done that in the Linklick Chibi specials. So if he will also do that on the main show, that will be fun. That would make him something like Stan Lee in the Marvel movies. Now, this place is most likely the same where Siafe was working. And then this bar is maybe Vane's territory. He might be holding meetings or negotiations in this place. Or this place could be the entrance to his real hideout. Speaking of hideout, this place might be Liu Xiao's hideout. Or perhaps it belongs to the three of them. There's actually a speculation of these three working together and are a part of the same organization. I'll talk about that in another video. I think that the Bridon chapter will also be featuring three different time periods. Time period number one will be their youth, particularly their school days. Possibly it will begin at the time when these two first met. Director Lee had revealed in an interview that Tseng Xiaoshi and Lu Guang first met in high school. But wait, maybe the first time period might go as far as Tseng Xiaoshi's childhood. We need to have some explanation on why his parents disappeared and how Xiaoling and her family took care of him. And then, other than the childhood days, their school days should cover both their high school and college days. Since the Bridon arc is supposed to cover their college days, hopefully we get some information on what courses they took. What do you think each of them had taken? I have some guesses on that, but I'll save that in another video. Anyway, this time period will most likely end right after their graduation because the overseas trip seems to be sometime after their graduation. So yes, time period number two will be their overseas trip, which happened during summer. There are two major clues of why I think it should have been during summer. The first clue is because of their attire. Well, I don't think these clothes can be used for winter or autumn or even spring, especially Towling's outfit in this season 1 episode when the boys were still overseas. This is normally worn during a hot season. Well, I don't know about Liu Xiao. That might be his standard outfit, regardless of season. Then, the second clue is because of the date in this ad. Apparently, there was a music festival in Bridon dated on July 31. Based on quick research, several sources mention that university students in China normally graduate around mid-July, and that's part of the summer season, since summer season in China is from June to August. Interestingly, it's the same in London. So yes, July is still summer in both countries. Whether they arrived at Bridon exactly on July 31st or sometime before that, it doesn't change that they only could have arrived during the summer season. By the way, assuming Linklick is in sync with our world when it comes to dates, then the year we're in, July 31st, is on a Friday, would be year 2020. Link League Season 1 events happened in year 2021, so this confirms that their overseas trip happened just a year before the Season 1 events. There's one thing that's strange about this time period though. You see, in this season 1 episode, Xiaoling said that the boys should only have returned when summer break ends. So that means they haven't graduated yet. That is somewhat aligned with how long the kid was missing. The father said that the child was missing for 3 years. Then, if this is 3 years before season 1, then the year 2020 conclusion wouldn't make sense unless it has something to do with the timelines. We'll discuss about that on the next part. As for time period number 3, as the official synopsis had somewhat hinted, I think it will be referring to events after season 2. But unlike time period number 2, they will be going to Bridon during the autumn season. Hence, this outfit change. They already started to dress for autumn at the end of season 2. So it looks like there isn't really a huge time skip between season 1 and season 2. So time period number 3 should also be in year 2021. Autumn season in both China and London is generally from September to November. With that, since the autumn season somewhat just started at the end of season 2, then it's possible that this period will start around September, depending on how soon this photograph has surfaced in the Time Photo Studio. And that leads us to the next topic, because that photo is being implied to be one of the major differences between the different timelines. This is the fun and stressful part. After that big reveal from the season 2 finale, I anticipate that the Bridon arc will feature at least one of the other timelines which Lu Kuang had gone through. But about the total number of timelines that the Bridon arc may feature, my guess is that we'll be seeing at least 3 timelines. I got that idea because of the promo video clip with Xia Fei. Did you guys also notice that there had been glitches when Xiaofei was modeling on this scene? Well, I think each of those glitches represent a change in timeline. The first timeline starts here. After the first glitch, it's now the second timeline. Then the last glitch implies we'll have a third timeline. That is why I think it's going to be a total of 3 timelines. Possibly, 2 of them are what Lu Kuang had caused, or maybe just one of them, and a new one will be created in the Bridon arc. I'll elaborate on that in another video maybe. So, for timeline number 1, whatever happened here is what first triggered Lu Kuang to try to change the past in order to save Teng Xiaoshi. And I think this clip is part of that timeline. I suspect this to be their first original overseas trip, wherein both of them are still fresh from school. So innocent, and possibly they don't even know about their powers yet. Then, timeline number 2 will be the current timeline, which is after season 2 events. On the trailer, it seemed like Lu Kuang is desperate not to let Teng Xiaoshi go to Bridon. If that's the case, it will be strange for him to allow Teng Xiaoshi to go to Bridon on their overseas trip prior to season 1, right? So, my guess is that Teng Xiaoshi of the current timeline had not been to Bridon before because Lu Kuang had prevented him from doing so. But because of the photograph that is giving hints about his father's whereabouts, there's no stopping Teng Xiaoshi from going to Bridon. But you might wonder, how would it explain the overseas trip mentioned in season 1 if they never went to Bridon in that timeline? Well, the only explanation I can think of is that Lu Kuang made the detour, or he changed the location. It was a major node in their life, so Lu Kuang needed it to still happen, but with some tweaks. Anyway, I think timeline number 3 will be a little complicated. You see, I think there are 2 possibilities for it. But before I elaborate on that, do you remember this line from the trailer wherein someone who is most likely Teng Xiaoshi because of the yellow color is saying that they want to change the past to save everyone? Well, I think Sun Xiaoshu said that because he wants to save the many people who died from a large-scale criminal activity. Could be a fire or a bomb or something like it. My guess is a bomb because of this countdown. Anyway, there's mafia involved as hinted by the promo poster, so they might be the ones behind it. So I think it's possible that a lot of people died in the original timeline. Then Sun Xiaoshu changed the past and created a new timeline, but that caused his own death. So the sequence will be like this. The original, where a lot of people died. Then timeline number one, wherein Sun Xiaoshu died. And then we have the current timeline, which Lu Guang created. But the second possibility is that the third timeline might be something that will be triggered by the current timeline. Yeah, I mean, these are actually the words of the current Chen Xiaoshi. Then either he or Lu Guang will be creating yet another timeline in order to save people. So the sequence will be like this instead. So in summary, I think the Bridon arc setting has trees. Three main locations, three time periods, and three timelines. I swear this wasn't intentional. Though to be honest, I expect many of the theories shared in this video to turn out to be wrong. They are just theories after all. It will be pretty cool if some of them turn out to be correct though, but we'll only be able to confirm once the Bridon arc finally starts explaining things. So in the future, I might even end up laughing at myself for overthinking. By the way, this video only covered the theories that are related to or are focused on the Bridon arc setting. There are many other theories that I just couldn't squeeze into this single video, or else I will never be able to finish it. So, in order to be notified once the upcoming videos related to the Bridon arc or Link in general are released, make sure to subscribe, okay? Thanks! And of course, even if this video had made your brain hurt, but you still enjoyed watching it somehow, I would appreciate it if you click the like button. That always motivates me to create more content like this. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Take care!